Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to the Tube Tribune, where we dive into the fascinating stories behind some of our favorite bands and artists. Today, we're shining a spotlight on Stuart Maconie, a music enthusiast who's been obsessed with the Beatles since he was just 4 years old. Stuart's love affair with the Beatles began in 1964 when his mother took him to see them perform at the ABC Cinema in Wigan, just 2 days before Harold Wilson won the general election. That's right, folks, for Stuart, the Beatles were more than just a band, they were the soundtrack to his childhood. As we learn from Stuart himself, he was born in 1961, and by the time the Beatles first went to Hamburg, he was already on the scene. He saw them live at just 4 years old, and it's clear that experience had a profound impact on him. "I guess I'm roughly contemporary with them," Stuart says. "They were the soundtrack to my childhood." But what sets Stuart apart from your average Beatles fan? For one, he's not just content with simply admiring the Fab Four, he has a deep respect for each of their individual talents. And if we're being completely honest, his admiration for Paul McCartney is particularly noteworthy. "I'm very much Team Paul," Stuart confesses. "He's extraordinary, a complete force of nature." He goes on to list some of McCartney's most impressive credentials, from writing oratorios to crafting the experimental Musique Concrete track, Helter Skelter. Now, you might be thinking that Stuart's love for the Beatles is all-consuming, and you'd be right. But what's fascinating about this music enthusiast is his willingness to explore other genres: soul, alternative rock, classical, and even avant-garde music. And yet, no matter where his musical tastes take him, the Beatles remain a constant source of inspiration. In fact, Stuart has channeled that passion into a new book called With a Little Help from Their Friends, which focuses on the kaleidoscopic cast of supporting players who influenced the Beatles' story. It's an intriguing work that delves into the world of lesser-known characters, mutual friends, wives and girlfriends, managers, producers, and even former band members. Stuart's own journey with the Beatles has been a lifelong one, spanning decades and numerous musical explorations. As he grew older, his love for the Beatles only deepened, and he began to appreciate the impact they had on British popular culture. "The Beatles' canon is popular music's most extraordinary body of work," he writes in his book. In fact, Stuart believes that the Beatles are right up there with Shakespeare as an abiding cultural influence. And it's not hard to see why. Their innovative approach to music, fashion, and artistry continues to shape our world today. So, if you're ready for a fascinating exploration of the men and women who helped shape the Beatles' story, then join us on this journey with Stuart Maconie. With his infectious enthusiasm and deep knowledge, he's the perfect guide to uncovering the hidden gems of Beatles history. And trust us, it's going to be a wild ride.